What was the very first thing man thought about? Gazing at the sky? Gazing at the fire? Gazing at the sunrise? What questions arose in his mind? The wealth of wisdom of the ancient Indians, who sought the answers to those questions, is the Rigveda. The Rigveda is the most ancient of the four Vedas: the Samaveda, the Yajurveda, the Atharva Veda. Many scholars believe that the Rigveda itself serves as the source for all of these. Rig means praise, a verse, a word of wisdom. That is why the Rigveda is a compilation of thousands of mantras, hymns, and philosophical thoughts. In total, it contains 10 mandalas and over 1,000 hymns. However, this is not a text written solely for the purpose of worship. It speaks about nature, about fire, about the wind. It also speaks of the sun, rain, rivers, and the universe itself. Ancient people did not fear nature. They revered her as a goddess. Therefore, the concepts of the fire god, the wind god, and the sun god emerged. These were not merely deities, but a tribute of respect paid to the forces of nature. Another interesting fact about Rigveda is they were not merely prayers. They were questions about life, about the existence of universe, about human being and truth, which were asked thousands of years ago. Many historians view the Rigveda not merely as a religious text, but as the record of humanity's first philosophical inquiries. How ancient is the Rigveda, truly? Was it composed thousands of years ago, or does its origin reach even deeper into the past? Regarding this question, historians, linguists, and archaeologists from around the world are still conducting research. According to the opinion of some scholars, the Rigveda dates back to the period between 1500 and 3000 BCE. Others believe that it may be even more ancient. But one thing is clear. The Rigveda is one of the most ancient living traditions of knowledge in the world. Back then, there was no paper, no printing press, no internet, yet thousands of mantras were memorized across generations without a single syllable changing. Every note uttered by the guru, every pronunciation, every sound, the disciples would commit to memory. This is known as the Shruti Sampradaya. It means learning through listening and passing it forward in exactly the same manner. This is no ordinary feat. When compared to today, one cannot even remember a phone number. But the Indians of that era preserved thousands of Vedic mantras for centuries. What is even more astonishing is this. Many linguists consider the Sanskrit language used in the Rigveda to be extremely complex and highly scientific. In such ancient times, how did such a highly developed language emerge? This remains even today a mystery to the world. Were Vedic mantras being chanted in India even before the pyramids were built? This question is still seeking its answer through history. The Nasadiya Sukta. How did this universe come into being? What existed at the beginning? God? The void? Or a state of absolute nothingness? Thousands of years ago, a hymn in the Rigveda asked this very question. It is known as the Nasadiya Sukta. This is not merely a prayer. This is one of the most profound philosophical questions in human history. That verse begins thus. At that time, There was no non-existence. There was no existence. There was no sky. There was no death, nor was there immortality. There was no night, nor was there day. There was nothing, not even the void. Just imagine. No earth, no stars, no time, no light, nor even darkness. Such a profound cosmic concept originated in India thousands of years ago. The Nasadiya Sukta demonstrates a remarkable honesty. For at the very end, it asks, how this creation came into being, does anyone truly know? Even the gods came into existence only after the creation. So then, who truly knows this cosmic mystery? Just think about it. Does this sound like the language of superstition? Do the Vedas seem like a scientific line of thought that questions the universe? That is precisely why many philosophers and scientists across the world were astonished upon encountering the Nasadiya Sukta. For thousands of years ago, the people of India viewed the universe not with fear, but with questions. That is the uniqueness of the Rigveda. In the Rigveda, there is another profound statement that has astonished the world. It is, Ekam sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. It means, truth is one. The wise describe it in many forms. Thousands of years ago, this idea, articulated by Indians, still stands today as a profound message to the world. For this statement conveys that a single truth can be understood in many different ways. Water is one, yet it becomes the ocean. It becomes the rain. It becomes the river. It becomes the snow. Though its forms may change, its true essence remains one. The Rigveda expresses this very same concept regarding God as well. The forms may be many, the names may differ, languages may vary, traditions may change, but the truth remains one. In Indian culture, many forms of deities are observed. Many philosophers explain that these are not distinct gods, but rather different symbols of the one supreme truth. This is not a concept of division. It is a philosophy that embraces diversity. In a world, at a time when people proclaimed, "My path alone is the truth," the Rigveda alone declared, "Truth is one." The wise describe it in many ways. This is not merely a religious concept. It is tolerance, respect, and the Indian philosophy of unity in diversity. Even today, it remains an enduring message essential for humanity. A civilization that viewed nature as a deity did not destroy nature. If the Rigveda is indeed one of the most ancient repositories of knowledge in the world, why is it spoken of so rarely within the global educational system? Why do school textbooks feature Greek philosophers, Roman civilization, and the Egyptian pyramids? Yet, when it comes to the Rigveda, is there only a very brief mention? This question is on the minds of many. Historians say that there are several reasons for this. The first reason is this. Vedic knowledge was preserved through an oral tradition for thousands of years. This means that teachers imparted knowledge to their students through spoken words. Consequently, unlike other civilizations across the world, very few ancient written records have surfaced. The second reason, Vedic Sanskrit is a very complex language. To understand it, or to translate it, is no ordinary feat. Consequently, some believe that even many foreign scholars were unable to fully comprehend the Vedas. The third reason. During the colonial era, Indian history was often written from a foreign perspective. Consequently, some researchers argue that many aspects of India's wealth of knowledge did not receive due prominence. The situation is now changing. Many universities across the world are once again showing interest in Vedic studies. Research into the Sanskrit language is on the rise. The astronomical concepts within the Rigveda, the philosophical inquiries, and the linguistic structure are once again captivating scientists worldwide. One thing must be kept in mind. It is not merely to extol the greatness of the Rigveda. Rather, it is essential to understand the ideas contained within it. For it has taught us a profound lesson, not to think out of fear, but to think through questioning. The Rigveda is not merely a relic of the past. Even today, it remains a living treasury of wisdom that teaches humanity how to think. The Rigveda is not a religious book. It is humanity's first wonder. It is the first voice that, gazing at the sky, asked, "Who am I?" Thank you for joining us on this journey into the timeless wisdom of the Rigveda. If this video inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Let us continue to explore the ancient knowledge, philosophy, and mysteries of humanity together. Stay curious, stay inspired. Thank you for watching.